Hi guys, Mark Haynes here, just going to run through the latest update on Peter Max's swing. So Peter's come back and he's had a little bit of a layoff and just gone backwards a little bit with his swing. So we've got his old swing on the left, or how he came, and his after swing on the right here. So we tweaked the setup a bit. His toes were actually a bit turned in, which were a bit worse than how it actually looks here, and his knees were a bit in, so we altered that, and then we got him moving it differently at the start. So we set it differently at the beginning, a bit lower than he was doing, and in his old one here, he just started to get pulled a long way onto his back leg and making his body lift. So he gets to this point and he kind of lifts up a bit there. So this side of his body goes quite straight and his spine looks a little bit this way. So for Peter, this always makes him come in a bit steep and sort of have to rise up as he hits it. So in the new one, we really just let, with this bit of a tweak to his setup, let his arms sort of pass his body and the club setting quite low this way. And then from here, just keeping his left side higher, and this gives him more shape with his body this side and his spine looking a little bit different here. So we can see how different these are with what's going on in this hip area in these two, and what the left knee's kind of doing as well. So in the old one, as he comes in, he gets this jumpy bit here where he's sort of coming in steep and has to lift up, and he sort of hates this lifting bit with his head or he's rising with his body. So this one doesn't really get any of that because of how his body's moved, and his shoulders are a lot more stable with his head, if you like, and produces much better shots for him. Okay, so looking at the back view, so the one, when he came to me, this one, really he got his shoulders going around a bit with the club staying out here. Now for Pete, what that always does is it lays the club off or gets quite flat with the club face open like this, and from there he's only ever coming down steep. So in his new one, we set it a bit lower and more in, with less turn with his shoulders here at this stage. And when it goes up, the shaft actually looks a bit more upright here, and the face a bit more neutral, which is a far better position for him to be hitting from. So in the old one, he comes down, the club just tracks back very steep and over the top. So at this stage, early on in the swing, the club's head's already outside his left arm, so this is quite steep coming in. Whereas his new one on the right here, the club's going to actually shallow out and start coming closer to his right arm, coming back into impact here. So this is a much shallower and much better direction for Pete to be swinging from into the ball. So again, his old one here gets the standing up and the sort of steep with the club going to the left. New one, the club hits around at a better angle this way, and it exits very differently as well. So the club exits a lot more here rather than going over this way. There's a bit less chicken wing, so looking a lot better at the end of the session. So Pete did well with that. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching Pete's latest update, and I look forward to seeing you all next time.